Hello students, welcome to part 2 History Civics classes chapter 1 the medieval period. In part 1 I had taught you about the medieval period, the time period between the ancient and the modern period, the medieval period, and I had taught you about the European medieval period. Today in part 2 I will be teaching you about the Indian medieval period. The Indian medieval period has been divided into the early and the late medieval period. The early medieval period, which is from 700 AD to 1200 AD, it begins after the death of King Harsh. In the northern part of India, it was very peaceful because there was no foreign invasions on India. No doubt, the Indian rulers fought among themselves, but it was peaceful because there was no foreign invasions on India. In the southern part of India, there were mainly two dynasties that flourished. The Rashtrakutas and the Cholas were the main dynasties which flourished. In the late medieval period, two major events took place, and these events are the Muslim conquest of India and the arrival of the British in India. This period is from 1200 AD to 750 AD. So, from the 11th century to the 18th century, in the late medieval periods, was marked by a number of foreign invasions. We will learn that Muhammad of Ghazni invaded India several times, but it was Muhammad Ghori who established the first Turkish dynasty in India. With the Muslim conquest in India, they were a succession of Islamic dynasties that ruled in India. We have the Mamluks, the Khiljis, the Tughlaqs, the Lodhis, and the Mughal dynasties that ruled India. In the 15th century, the Europeans first came to India. And they established colonies and started a trading company. Along with the Europeans coming to India, we see that the Dutch came to India, the French came to India, the Portuguese came to India. All these European countries came to India to make India their colonies and to have trading rights with India. But it was the English, the British, that was most successful in getting control of their colony in India. They ousted their rivals, the Dutch, the French, the Portuguese, and thereby they had trading monopoly in India. In the 18th century, the political condition of India changed. The Mughal Empire disintegrated. With this, the medieval period came to an end in India. with the decline of the Mughal rule. So children, remember I had told you that the early medieval period was from 700 AD to 1200 AD, and the late medieval period was from 1200 AD to 1750 AD. So, till the 18th century was the medieval period, and we have studied about the medieval period, the changes, the developments that took place in India during the medieval period. Now, in history, we study that how do we know so much about the medieval period. Most of the information that we get from the medieval period are from the sources. And these sources are authentic sources, reliable sources, from which we learn about the medieval period. So the first source of information about the medieval period are from books. In the Indian medieval period, we see that there were many books written in Sanskrit. Like the Shishupalavad, written by in the 8th century. These important books that are written tell us about the customs and lifestyle of the common people of the medieval age. Another book, the Katha Sarit Sagar, provides us information about the medieval period. There were other famous writers that belong to the medieval period, such as Somdev was a famous writer. a book titled Rajat Tarangini, written by Kalhana, Vikramadev Charitra, written by Bilhana, and Prithviraj Raso, written by Chand Bardoi, provide us information about the medieval period. Of these books that were written, most of the books were biographies. Which are accounts and life and achievement of kings. Al-Bruni, a Persian traveler, during the time of Mahmud of Ghazni, provides information during that period of time. Ibn Battuta, a Moroccan traveler, gives us an account during the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Then there was Marco Polo, who was a trader from Italy, and was a diplomat in the court of Kublai Khan. During this very period, during the Mughal rule, we have two sources of information, books, biographies written by the emperor himself, by Babur and by Akbar. These two rulers wrote their own biographies, which were popularly called the Babur Nama and Akbar Nama. So the sources of information that we get of the medieval period are from books. Then secondly, from coins, Coins tell us or give information about the trade, the economic activity during that period of time. The material of the coin tells us about how prosperous the kings were, especially if the coins were in silver, gold. Then the monuments built during the medieval period also give us a lot of information about the rulers, their prosperity, and these monuments were temples, mosques, they provide valuable information about the lives of rulers and the life of common man. With this, I end the medieval period, the Indian medieval period. I will be sending you or attaching a worksheet which I would like all the students to complete it and submit it when school reopens. Thank you.